Hello and welcome to Art Studio Nagoya. In today's video, I have something kind of like in location video, but something a little bit different. So I had a problem. Uh, what was it, from November or something like that, in my black and white negatives? Well, I noticed in the black and white negatives that my photos were having some scratches in the negatives. So they look like less. I will introduce like a photo around here so you can see it. So they look like some small black scratches. Usually when it's dust, when you scan and you have dust in the negative, it shows like a small white lines, but these are small black lines, and there is many of them in the negatives. So they make the negative basically unusable, because also I noticed, I checked the negative, the scratch in the emulsion. That's why it's transparent, and in the positive, when you positive the photo, it looks like black. And there is so many that it is unpractical to be like how can I say, like retouching all those scratches. So the next step was to figure out where the problem come from. So I have different theories. Could be the camera, it could be the film that I was using. I was using basically HP5 from the same shop, so I thought like maybe they have a batch that is not good. Um, or maybe is the way I developed the film, or even the developer, because I was using a developer that is in powder, and you have to uh, dissolve the powder, and I thought like maybe those crystals were not well dissolved. So the way to find out where was the problem is to change conditions to see that the problem is not in that element. I changed developer. It was not the developer. I changed the way I because I usually like stir the film into the tank when I'm developing, instead of doing inversions. So I start to do it inversions, and I use different a different tank with a different how you say, like spirals to hold the film. So everything was different there. Still I got the scratch. I use different type of films, like not only HP5, but I use also, when I went to Spain, I use what is it, Triax, and I bought it in Spain, different country, different situation, it's still the same scratch. So then it was the camera. So then I realized that it makes sense, because when I get a new camera, I got excited, and mostly I use that camera. So at that time I was using this camera, and I went back to use my Pentax 67, and basically the scratches, they are not longer in the new negatives that I'm developing. So it means basically is the camera. So now I want to show you what is the conclusion I get. Okay, there is something in the camera that when I advance the camera, let me show you. When I advance the camera this way and the film goes this way, it's gonna scratch the negatives. And first I thought in these rolls here, I don't know if you can see it. Yes, these rolls here that maybe are scratching, because these are the ones where the film is gonna go on top of. Okay, but I touched them and they look pretty fine. Then I realized that this ring here is almost in the plane of the film, and maybe is touching the film the same as these velos. So I think that could be the problem. If I close the camera and I advance the film, it's scratching here like this. So the goal for today is to open my camera like this, extend the velos where there's nothing here to scratch, and load the camera, and not fold the camera again till I finish the photos. Therefore, there's not gonna be possibility that this is the thing that is scratching the film. If I still get the scratch, I have to think about it. Maybe there's something here in this plane that is scratching the film, but I'm thinking that that's maybe the thing. If I confirm that that's the problem, because in this negative I don't get the scratch, I will have to think about it. Because to be honest, one of the points of this camera is like you can fold it into a very small size. So um, having to open the camera, load the camera, and shoot all the photos till the end before I can close the camera, it makes this camera way less practical, and it become a little bit fragile. You know, like you don't want to carry the camera like this all around all the time. But anyhow, for today, let's try to see if that's the problem. I'm gonna use IL4 FP4, and today is pretty cloudy, gloomy, I would say. So I'm using the yellow filter. So I'm pretty sure like my exposure times are not gonna be very high. So maybe I'm gonna be using the tripod to check the pictures. Now also, when I was seeing the scratches, when there is kind of a white sky or very light sky in my black and white photos, is where you can really see the scratches very clearly. Where if there is like a photo that is more busy, it's more difficult to see it. So probably this is gonna be my first photo. So let's load the film and start. Photo number 2. I came here and took a photo of a laundry machine like many years ago, but now this composition looks pretty cool for me. But the problem is this lens is a little bit long lens. Let me see if I can show you. So it barely fits the boat, okay? And this other lens is the one focusing, okay? So I'm thinking that maybe it's gonna cut just in the border here and just in the border there. Okay, let me double check the composition. And this is a rangefinder, so okay, let's go. 15 of a second at f11 with the yellow filter. Nice. So photo number 2. The first one is the one that you saw before, and now gently advance. It's black and white, so and dull day, so I don't think I need to close this window today. Okay, let's go to find the next photo. Third composition is the same boat as before, but trying different angle, something like this. And if you can see, it's really difficult to see with this camera, but I think you get the idea. I raised a little bit the speed to 30 of a second because most of the composition is white. This maybe is gonna get a little bit darker. Before I was metering for the shadows, but in this case I think I want this to go a little bit dark. Okay. Oh, I forgot to cut. There you go. And then, because wow, that's something to another episode, I have to double check my composition because I think the camera moves. Okay, here we are. Okay, there you go. Photo 3 is done, and gently advancing to photo number 4. That is gonna be another boat here. Remember, there is 8 photos today. Photo number 4 of this boat. Now I'm in vertical position. Let's advance the negative to frame number 5. Okay, next photo. Look, the colors of the forest, so beautiful. This is so subtle, red, purplish, a little bit yellow here. So difficult to capture in photos. Of course, today I'm in black and white, but even though, to capture the subtleness of the tones of these colors is really, really difficult. Next photo. These dandelions. in a vertical composition like this. The camera is in vertical. I already took it 1/30 of a second. They look really nice here. Like I use the minimum focal distance, so I was thinking to use the minimum f number to blur the black background, because it can blur a lot of background. But I couldn't focus so close. The focus was a little bit past the dandelions, so I needed a little bit of room, so I couldn't go to the minimum focal distance. So f8, 30th of a second, and let's see how much they can blur the background. Probably the things that you can see here in the background, they're gonna be blurred though. So but I think the whole dandelion is gonna be on focus. And also reducing the f number to f8, I get 1/25th of a second, and it's better because it was moving a little bit because of the wind. So I think I could freeze the movement with that a little bit of extra speed. Sometimes you get obsessed with something. I thought today, actually, the dandelions looked really good. Like they're in their peak. And I think this can be a very good composition because actually have like more clear background. So let's see if you can see it. It's just framing this group of dandelions here, like it will cut from here. This will not be visible and will cut around here. And I doing f8 again because the depth of field I'm really focusing behind, to be honest. Like I cannot focus this close, and I'm hoping f8 will help me a little bit to bring them into focus. And now the light is going up, so I'm thinking I took the filter away, so instead of 25 I can go all the way to 50 this way. I'm gonna cock. I already focus, and I will take the photo without the yellow filter because I don't think it's necessary in this composition, and I think that will be good. I will freeze the movement. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's moving a little bit. Oh, I have to wait a little. Calm down, calm down. Okay, I think that's enough for a 50th of a second. That will be a lot of movement with any other speed, but I think up to a 50th of a second you will be able to freeze that. So let's see. That was photo 6. So now photo 7. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is the lowest this tripod goes. Look, if I go a little bit under, I will be touching. So it's pretty low. That was good. Next photo. Next composition. These are the dandelions I want taking a picture, and I came here to take a picture of this building, which I always think is very mysterious, and I have taken pictures of this building many times. It's like something for cleaning the water, like a facility to clean the water. Usually I will go up this hill and take a picture from that angle, checking the fence out of the way, but I thought like because I'm in vertical composition, that a vertical composition that goes like this, and I'm gonna have the dandelion in the bottom, a little bit of a sky there, and this building like with these diagonal lines. It's gonna look pretty cool. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can show you. This viewfinder is really difficult to see. Okay, there you go. So you see the building in the top, and there's the grass, and that's the dandelion. Yeah, it's really difficult to compose with this. So 30th of a second, I put the yellow filter again, and we're in f11. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Light is going down again, so hopefully it's gonna be okay. Last photo, photo 8. Good thing of having this camera is that you finish the roll quite soon. See you in the next photo. Okay, so we get to the last photo. The composition basically is from this castle. This is the castle of Inuyama. We are in Inuyama. To part of this, where is it? Part of this building, like here, from here to here, basically, and some of this roof here, and a little bit of sky. We have 1/50th of a second, and we are doing f11. There you can see it. Okay, 3 2 1. Okay, and that's it. That's photo number 8. We finished the roll. Now, other problem that I have with this camera, let me see if I can, is when you advance at the end, it becomes really difficult. Look, it's not even advancing. So I'm gonna have to do this carefully. Okay, so after a few weeks, I developed and processed the negatives of the photos I took in Inuyama the other day, and especially this one that is the one I was talking in the first photo, in the first part of the video with the sky. I can see that there is not scratch whatsoever. They look beautiful. I did a good job also with the developing. Uh, Side notes, if you watch the video till this point, there was 2 photos of dandelions that I took. They are out of focus, meaning that I couldn't focus that close, so they are focusing in another part. But the photos looked really good. There was another photo, the second photo have the boat, and I was concerned that we'll not be able to get the whole boat in the photo, and actually I got the whole boat and the washing machine. So it means that actually the viewfinder shows a little bit less that you get at the end, so it's pretty good. So now conclusions out of this experiment is that when you advance the film, if the camera is close, is touching something, some of the parts bellows or the lens, and this is creating the scratches. It's good to know that I can use the camera in this fashion and it will not produce any problems, but it will be better if I can close the camera. So I will try in the future to see if I open the camera, advance the film, take the picture, advance to the next frame, then close the camera, and open the camera, take the picture, and then advance, meaning like only advance the photos when the camera is open. Let's see if that will not scratch the negatives. That will be way more practical. At least it will make me have a routine where I have to be sure that I have to advance the film only when the camera is open, when the bellows are open, but that will be more practical. Also, if you notice at the end of the film, like the video I saw you, like one of the problems that you have too is like something get stuck. Have like two compartments that help to hold the roll of film in place, and the sticker that modern film has get stuck and you cannot advance till the end. So it means you need to open the camera a little bit so the pressure of that kind of metal part get released so you can finish advancing the film. But if you do that, you're gonna get some leaks in the last photos. That happens to me before. So that's another of the issues. It means that you basically should open the camera in kind of very dark conditions and then roll it. So when you are outside, it limits you to basically one roll of film, and the ideal will be to advance the film at home, or bringing a small changing bag that I have to change film there, like if it was a big large format camera, which is something manageable because it fits in a smaller space. So these are some of the issues that you're gonna have with very old cameras. Like they're gonna have some quirks working, but you can work around them and try to get the best results. Like, to be honest, the results that you get with this camera, the sharpness and everything, now that you didn't get the scratch, so I didn't get the scratch, is really amazing. It's amazing that a camera that's almost 100 years old can produce these results. Are they as sharp as the Pentax 6.7? Probably a little bit less, but who cares? They're really good. And the size of the negative is beautiful too. So that's gonna wrap today's video. I hope you like coming with me to this small experiment and to take beautiful pictures in Inuyama. That is always a great location. So I hope you like the video. Please, if you like it, give me a like and subscribe if you like videos about Japan, cameras, film cameras, and so on. Hope to see you in the next video. Till then, bye.